Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. My name is Puneet and in this video we will talk about implementation of React window to reduce the DOM size. At this time you might be thinking, what is React window? What's the concept of windowing? How it can reduce the DOM size? So without wasting any more time, let's talk first about React window. React window is a very popular library with around 6 lakhs weekly downloads. As per the library, it helps in efficient rendering of React components for a large lists or tabular data. As we all know that example explains better than the word. So in this video, I'll try to explain the concept of React window with the help of an example. Before diving into the example, I would like to first tell you about the concept of windowing and how it is related to React window. If we will talk about a large list of elements, then window is the subset of that large list that are active at the particular point of time. If we will relate the concept of windowing with the React window, then our window is the viewport and the active elements are the elements that are part of the viewport and rest all the elements are inactive. So we should process only those elements that are part of window and should ignore all the elements that are not part of the window. Now, all the theory might be overwhelming for you right now. Let's jump to the example. I'll first take you through the initial code set. Here, you can see that we have our initial setup in Code Sandbox. I'll share the link of this Code Sandbox in the description section so that if you want to go through it, you can watch it at the end of the video. In the rightmost panel, you can see that we have a gray dotted border that represents our viewport. It contains a lot of elements, and every element is a React component card that contains one image, one ID, and one title. Let me just take you through the code also. So here is the index.js, that is our entry point. In the index.js, we are just rendering the app component. Let me just take you through what this app component is. In the app component, you can see that we are iterating over this photos data, and for every element in this photos data, I'm just rendering the card component, and every card component is the card that you can see in the UI. Now let me just show you what this photos data is. Photos data is coming from the constants folder and data file. It is the array of elements and every element contains one ID, title and image. Now let's jump to the calculation of the DOM elements that are present in this web page. Here, to verify the DOM size, I will first inspect this web page and go through the elements. Here you can see that we have list of all the cards available in the DOM even though they are not part of the viewport. So it is rendering all the 400 elements that were available in photos data. We can also check this DOM score with the help of the tool Lighthouse. I'll just go to the Lighthouse. I have already selected this performance category. Now I'll click on this generate report. It will take some time. For now, you can consider that we are using the Code Sandbox tool, so the overall performance score will be less because this Code Sandbox has to simulate React for us on the browser, so it has a large bundle size. But for now, we should focus only on the DOM size. Here you can see that the performance score is 29. It's very less, yeah, we know, but we have to ignore this for now. We have to jump to the DOM size. Here you can see that we have a warning that we have an excessive DOM size. The size of the DOM is 2014 elements. Now, we'll use the React window library and reduce this DOM size. Let's jump to the implementation of React window. Now, we will implement React window in the same example. I have created the clone from the initial setup so that we do have reference to both initial setup and the final code. First of all, I will add the dependency React window. Now we will import fixed size list from React window. I will import from React. I have to import React fixed size list. Okay, so this is a React component, and in place of my photos data array, what I'll just comment this, and in place of this I'll have React fixed size list, and as per the documentation, when we are using, we have to pass some props to it. So the first prop is height, as the height of our container or viewport was 400 pixels, so I'll pass 400 from here. We also have to pass width, so width was also 400. I'll pass 400 from here. Then we have to pass item size. Item size is the size of the card, so it was 150. I will pass 150 from here. Also we have to pass item count. So item count will be photo data dot length. Okay. So as per the documentation, we have to pass a function inside this as a children. So this row should be defined as a function. Now I have to define a function here. I'll use a use callback hook. The reason I'm using use callback here is so that after every render we should not create a new reference for this row function. Now this row function will receive an object that contains index and style in it. Now we have to return some JSX from it. So the parent element from that JSX should contain the inline styling that we are passing to it. So first of all, it should have a style attribute on it, and we have to pass the style that we have received as the parameter. Now inside this div, I'll just place my card. I'll copy this from here and will paste it here. Now this card needs few details like ID, title and thumbnail. I'll pass it from this photos data. So I have to destructure all this information from photos data at the position index, and if that item is not available, I'll use a blank object. So the information that's needed is ID, title and thumbnail URL. Yeah, I guess that's it about the implementation. Now we can check it on the UI. So if we look in the UI, it looks same. Now let's jump to check what's the DOM size of this page. To verify the DOM nodes, I'll first inspect the web page. Let me just select a card. Here you can see that we have only few cards available in the DOM. The cards that are part of the viewport are the only cards available in DOM. Let me just scroll over the cards. Here you can see that the new cards that are part of the viewport replaces the existing cards in the DOM also. We can also check the DOM score with the help of Lighthouse. Let me just generate the Lighthouse score. Here you can see that we have performance as the only category selected. I'll click on generate report. The similar report we have also generated before our changes, and our performance score was around 30 and DOM nodes were around 2000. For now, we'll not focus on performance score because we are using the third party tool and our score could be less, but we'll focus only on the DOM nodes. Let me just jump to the DOM score. So here we have past audits, as the DOM score is less, so it will be in the past audits. Let me just check the score. So here we can see that we have only 46 elements. Previously we were having 2000. So it's a drastic change. We have reduced DOM size a lot. Now we know how to use React window. Now let's talk about where we should use React window. Now we know how to use React window. This doesn't mean that we should use React window everywhere. No doubt, we have reduced the DOM size drastically, but there are some trade-offs of using React window. First one is SEO concerns. If you are having your application server-side rendered and the content is used by bot or crawlers for your SEO rating, then using the React window can impact your SEO. The second one is if your application uses browser search feature, such as using command or control plus F, then the components that are not part of the viewport will not be searchable. Third one is if your render logic has some heavy computation in it, then while scrolling it will show some jankiness. As far as now, we have covered a very small part of React window. There is a lot more to do in this. In this video, we have covered only the fixed size list. You can use React window for different purposes, like variable size list. Here you can see in the example, the size of every row is different. You can also use this for fixed size grid. Here we have a grid of all the elements with the same size. We can also use the same for variable size grid. You can see that here we have a grid with different sizes of elements. The code is also attached with this. I'll attach the URL of this examples page in the description so that if you want to go through it, you can watch. Also, share the scenarios where you think that React window will be helpful. With this, I'll end this video. Do hit the like button if you have liked the video and also subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Do share your feedback or suggestions if you have any so that we can constantly improve. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.